Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monaco, the world's wealthiest country. This tiny nation covers only 2.08 square kilometers with a population of about 39,000, yet tops the world with a per capita GDP exceeding $240,000. Supercars fill the streets everywhere. The Audi RS6 is only qualified to be a taxi. Luxury yachts crowd the harbor. The Monte Carlo casino is world-renowned. The Prince's Palace overlooks the Mediterranean Sea, and there is no personal income tax, displaying the ultimate luxury experience.
It cost me to visit the richest country in the world for 2 nights. I traveled to Monaco for the first time, and it's the most luxurious country I have ever visited. I spent $50 to fly from Portugal to Nice because traveling in Europe is freaking cheap. Then for my first experience, I flew into Monaco in grand style on a blade chopper, which cost me $150 for a 10-minute flight. One of the best parts about this ride was the view. Because life is short and I'm in Monaco, I decided to have a Maybach pick-me-up, which cost me around $300. For accommodation, I stayed for 2 nights in a 4-bedroom penthouse suite for less than $200 a night. Most restaurants in Monaco are super expensive, so to cut costs, I ate at food spots owned by locals and spent around $20 a day on food. Many people don't travel because they feel it's too expensive, but with the right hack, which I'll share with you soon, you can make travel more affordable. Now, the reason why I could explore Monaco so affordably was because I was traveling during the low season, which is mainly during winter or just before summer. During this period, fewer people are traveling, so the price of everything drops. It's one of my best periods to travel because there are fewer people around. Lastly, cycling is one of the cheapest ways to explore the country. It takes less than 10 to 15 minutes to go from one end to the other and costs only $3. In total, I spent $960 on this trip and had the best time ever. Monaco is not as expensive as everyone makes it seem. So what do you guys think? Was it worth it?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in a place where nearly 1 in 3 people is a millionaire? Welcome to Monaco. It's a tiny country, a principality nestled on the stunningly beautiful French Riviera. Looking at it from a distance, it appears almost like a fantasy, a collection of pristine buildings climbing up the cliffs from the sparkling blue Mediterranean Sea. It is a sovereign city-state, a unique entity in the modern world. Its reputation for wealth and glamour is known across the globe, making it a symbol of ultimate luxury and exclusivity. This isn't just a place. It's an idea, a dream of a life lived without compromise. Monaco's location is a key part of its extraordinary appeal. It is bordered by France on 3 sides and the vast, azure expanse of the Mediterranean Sea on the other. This prime piece of real estate offers breathtaking views and a climate that many would describe as nearly perfect. The sun shines for over 300 days a year, casting a golden light on the landscape. Gleaming super yachts pack the harbor and supercars purr through the streets. So, what is the secret behind Monaco's magnetic pull on the world's wealthiest individuals? How did this tiny sliver of the French Riviera become the most concentrated hub of riches on Earth? The primary reason is its famously favorable tax system. For residents who meet the strict criteria, there is no income tax. That's right, zero. In most developed nations, a high earner can see nearly half their income go to taxes. In Monaco, that money stays in their pocket. It's a fundamental paradigm shift in personal finance. This policy wasn't a modern invention. It was established in 1869 by Prince Charles III to rescue the ruling Grimaldi family from bankruptcy. The runaway success of the new Monte Carlo casino generated so much revenue for the state that it could afford to abolish personal taxes. This became the cornerstone of Monaco's economic strategy, a legacy defining its prosperity for over 150 years. For high net worth individuals who earn millions or even billions each year, this is a colossal financial advantage. It's not just about the annual savings, it's about the power of compounding. Wealth that would have been taxed away is instead free to be reinvested, accelerating the growth of fortunes at a rate almost impossible elsewhere. Living in Monaco means keeping the entirety of your earnings, a privilege almost unheard of. And this tax-free status isn't the only draw. The financial sanctuary extends further. Monaco has no wealth tax, so the government won't take an annual slice of your total net worth. Crucially, Monaco also has no capital gains tax for individuals. Profits from selling stocks, real estate, or other investments are entirely tax-free. Fortunes can be preserved and grown without government interference. For business owners and investors, the incentives are equally compelling. companies generating less than 25% of their turnover within the principality are largely exempt from profit tax. This makes it an attractive base for international operations, allowing entrepreneurs to manage a global business from a prestigious headquarters. Beyond finance, Monaco offers a priceless asset: security. The principality is synonymous with safety, boasting one of the largest police forces per capita in the world. This is complemented by a state-of-the-art, 24/7 video surveillance system covering the entire territory. Residents feel exceptionally safe and secure, free to enjoy their wealth without fear of crime, a fiscal paradise by design. Nowhere is Monaco's immense wealth more visible than in its famous harbor, Port Hercules. Carved from a natural, deep-water bay at the foot of the Rock of Monaco, this port has been a sanctuary for sailors for centuries. But today, it serves a very different clientele. The port is a floating showcase of the world's most extravagant superyachts, a veritable forest of masts and communication arrays. These are not just boats, they are floating mansions, custom-built palaces of pleasure that defy imagination. Beyond the expected helicopter pads and shimmering swimming pools, these vessels boast amenities that rival the most exclusive resorts. Think private cinemas, fully equipped gyms, onboard spas, and even personal submarines tucked away in their garages. Each is staffed by a professional crew of dozens, from captains and engineers to Michelin-trained chefs and silver service stewards, all dedicated to providing an unparalleled level of service. Every September, this display of opulence reaches its zenith during the Monaco Yacht Show. The port transforms into the global epicenter of the superyacht industry, where billionaires and their representatives come to commission, purchase, and admire the latest in naval innovation and design. It's a multi-billion-dollar spectacle that reinforces Monaco's position as the undisputed capital of yachting. Strolling along the quay is an experience in itself. The air hums with a quiet energy, a mix of languages from around the globe. You are treated to a jaw-dropping display of naval architecture and sheer luxury. These magnificent vessels, some costing upwards of $500 million, come from all over the world. Their owners, a discreet list of titans of industry, royalty, and celebrities, are drawn to Monaco as the ultimate yachting destination. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow across the water, the sight of these yachts glittering against the Mediterranean is an unforgettable symbol of the principality's status and magnetic pull. From the water, the opulence flows seamlessly onto the winding streets. Monaco is a paradise for lovers of high performance and luxury cars. But it's more than that. It's a living, breathing automotive theater. The sound of a V12 engine echoing between the high-rises is as common here as the chime of a city clock. The world's most coveted marques are on constant parade. Sleek Ferraris, audacious Lamborghinis, stately Rolls-Royces, and the almost mythical Bugattis are not just seen, they are driven with purpose. It is perhaps the only place on Earth where a brand new Porsche 911 can seem almost commonplace, lost in a sea of even more exotic machinery. This passion for automobiles is etched into the very asphalt. These are the same streets that, for one weekend a year, transform into the most famous and challenging circuit in Formula One. Driving here is to trace the lines of racing legends, a daily reminder of Monaco's deep-seated connection to motorsport. Even the act of buying a car is elevated. The dealerships themselves look more like minimalist art galleries, displaying these automotive masterpieces under perfect lighting. Here, prospective buyers don't just choose a model, they commission a unique creation, spending hours with specialists to select bespoke leathers, custom paint finishes, and personalized details that ensure their vehicle is one of a kind. But the ultimate expression of Monaco's glamour is found in a building that has defined its identity for over 150 years. Of course, no discussion of Monaco's luxury would be complete without mentioning its world-famous Monte Carlo casino. Designed by Charles Garnier, the architect of the Paris Opera House, this iconic Belle Époque building is a masterpiece of architecture. It was a gamble in itself, commissioned in the 1860s to save the ruling Grimaldi family from bankruptcy. A gamble that paid off spectacularly. Its ornate facade is a landmark of glamour and high stakes, a place immortalized in books and films, most notably as the preferred haunt of James Bond. This connection has cemented its image as the ultimate playground for the rich and daring. To step inside is to enter another world. A strict dress code is enforced, preserving an atmosphere of old-world elegance. Interestingly, citizens of Monaco are forbidden from gambling here, a law established to ensure the casino's revenue came from foreigners. The opulent gaming rooms, from the Salle Europe to the more exclusive Salon Privé, are filled with an atmosphere of hushed excitement. Under gilded ceilings and dazzling crystal chandeliers, Fortunes are won and lost at the turn of a card, or the spin of a roulette wheel. This pursuit of perfection extends to the principality's culinary scene. Monaco boasts one of the highest concentrations of Michelin-starred restaurants per square meter in the world. Here, dining is not just a meal, it's an event. At legendary establishments like Le Louis XV, Alain Ducasse à l'Hôtel de Paris, world-renowned chefs are artists, and the plate is their canvas. They transform the finest ingredients sourced from across the region into culinary works of art, served with a level of precision and grace that is, in itself, a performance. From the harbor to the hairpin turns and the high-stakes tables, Monaco orchestrates a symphony of luxury, a carefully curated experience designed to dazzle and delight. For most of the year, the streets of Monaco are a picture of serene, sun-drenched elegance. But as spring arrives, a remarkable metamorphosis begins. It's a tradition that dates back to 1929, born from the audacious vision of Antony Nogus, who dreamed of hosting a race entirely within the Principality's tiny borders. Each year since, these tranquil streets are painstakingly transformed into the legendary Circuit de Monaco, arguably the most challenging and prestigious racetrack in the world. The process is a marvel of engineering and logistics. Miles of Armco barriers are bolted into place, grandstands rise against historic buildings, and the city itself holds its breath, preparing for the Monaco Grand Prix. More than just a race, it is the glittering crown jewel of motorsport. Winning here is a career-defining achievement, a victory that resonates through history. It forms one part of the coveted unofficial Triple Crown of Motorsport, alongside the Indianapolis 500 and the 24 Hours of Le Mans, a testament to its unique and revered status. Unlike modern purpose-built circuits with vast runoff areas, the Monaco Grand Prix is a throwback to a more perilous era of racing. The track is a relentless ribbon of asphalt, twisting through the city's narrowest streets. There is no room for error. Drivers must navigate iconic, unforgiving corners like the Fairmont hairpin, the slowest on the F1 calendar, and plunge into the darkness of the famous tunnel, emerging back into blinding sunlight at over 180 miles per hour. Every lap demands a unique blend of bravery, pinpoint accuracy, and absolute concentration. A momentary lapse doesn't just cost a position, it ends the race against a barrier. For one spectacular weekend in May, the usual calm of the Principality is shattered, replaced by the deafening, soul-stirring roar of Formula One engines. The sound reverberates off the Belle Epoque architecture and the modern high-rises, a visceral symphony of power and speed that electrifies the very air. The event becomes a global focal point, drawing a dazzling confluence of Hollywood celebrities, international royalty, business titans, and passionate racing fans from every corner of the globe. They fill the grandstands, line the balconies of lavish apartments, and pack the decks of super yachts moored in the iconic harbor. This fusion of high society and high-stakes sport creates an electric atmosphere found nowhere else, a heady cocktail of glamour, adrenaline, and pure spectacle. In this way, the Grand Prix is the ultimate expression of Monaco's very identity. It perfectly encapsulates the Principality's dual nature, a deep-seated passion for high-performance engineering and mechanical perfection, blended with an unparalleled flair for hosting spectacular world-class events that capture the global imagination. Watched by hundreds of millions worldwide, the race is more than a sporting contest. It's Monaco's most powerful advertisement. The broadcast showcases not just the thrilling on-track action, but the breathtaking backdrop of the Côte d'Azur, the opulent lifestyle, and the iconic harbor filled with the world's most magnificent superyachts. It solidifies its reputation as the most glamorous and aspirational event on the entire sporting calendar. But the spirit of the Grand Prix extends far beyond that single weekend. It sets the tone for a calendar packed with exclusive, high-profile events. From the prestigious Monaco Yacht Show, where the pinnacle of naval design is displayed, to elegant charity galas like the famous Rose Ball, the Principality is in a near-constant state of sophisticated celebration. Ultimately, the allure of Monaco, crystallized by the Grand Prix, isn't just about wealth or glamour. It's about the pursuit of an ideal. It's the idea of living in a place that represents the peak of human aspiration, a meticulously curated environment where safety, beauty, and opportunity converge. It's about creating a quality of life that feels both protected and extraordinary, a place where dreams are not just imagined but lived. This is the enduring, powerful, and magnetic dream of Monaco.